Hello everyone, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Mata Di. Welcome back to our Merch and ETO Jobs channel, and today's date is 4th March 2025. So without wasting time, आज के job links क्या हैं? So watch this video till end and subscribe us by today only. So let's start with our rating side. For ratings, there is an opening in Anglo-Eastern Sea Management. They required able seaman, oiler and fitter for their bulk carrier, LPG carrier, chemical tanker, oil tanker, and for their CTPT vessel. Experience also required. So if you have sailed on this type of vessel and want to switch your company, so there is an opening for you. Then Sea Scout Global Private Limited. They required engine fitter for their gear bulk carrier. Minimum 1 year of rank experience on similar type of vessel is required over here. Joining will be also as soon as possible. Then Nimbus Marine Group required able seaman and chief cook for their crew boat vessels. So there is an opening in main fleet as well as in offshore vessels. So these are the job today, right? For ratings. So more such updates, what you have to do? Follow us on WhatsApp channel Merch and Navy Job Updates. And today's one more opening is there for OS, ordinary seaman in Mox. So share your CV today itself. For sharing your CV, just go through our WhatsApp channel, click via email, apply via email, apply via WhatsApp. So share your CV today itself and after sharing your CV today itself, and please let them know you got to know from Merch and Navy Decoded Jobs. Let's move on next job opening for ETOs. For ETOs, there is an opening in Blue Fortune Sea Management. They required ETO for their oil tanker ships. Experience required also over here, and joining will be very soon. So urgent opening here. IMS Ship Management required ETO for their crude oil tanker. Minimum 9 months of rank experience with COCs required over here. Pacific International Lines (PIL) India Private Limited, they required ETO for their container vessel. Minimum 6 months of rank experience with COCs required over here. Kiva Shipping LLP required ETO for their mid-range tanker vessel. COPT pump experience required over here. Sulin Ship Management required ETO for their oil and chemical tanker. GRT is 16,500. Must have relevant experience on similar type of vessel. Sulin Ship Management required ETO for their bitumen tanker. Nimbus Marine Group required ETO for their bitumen tanker. Rank experience on same type of vessel is required with COC. Nimbus Marine Group required for their seismic survey vessel, means non-DP vessel. So share your CV today itself. For sharing your CV, what you have to do, you need to go through our WhatsApp channel Merch and Navy Job Dates. Just go through your WhatsApp, go through the Find Channel section, search there Merch and Navy Job Dates on the first tab itself. Just click on that and follow us by today. For more such updates, what you have to do, subscribe our channel. Let's move on to the next job opening, that is for Masters. For Master, there is only one opening in IMS Ship Management. They required Master for their VLCC carrier. Minimum 24 months of rank experience if you have sailed on 24 months on VLCC vessels. So share your CV today itself. There is an opening for you here. Let's move on to the next job opening for Chief Officer. Let's see. For Chief Officer, there is an opening in Blue Fortune Ship Management. They require Chief Officer for their oil tanker ships. Experience also required. Joining will be very soon as possible. So urgent opening here. IMS Ship Management required Chief Officer for their VLCC carrier. Minimum 12 months of rank experience if you have sailed as a Chief Officer of 12 months on VLCC carrier. So there is an opening for you over here. VR Maritime required Chief Officer for their container vessel. Rank experience is required over here. Joining will be mid of the March. ABB Ship Management required Chief Officer for their tugboat. Then Columbia Oris Ship Management required Chief Officer for their DP2 vessel. Columbia Oris Ship Management required Chief Officer for their DSB DP2 vessel. PCC also required mandatory, and 180 days on similar type of vessel is required over here for sharing your CV. So these are the job openings for Chief Officers today. If you know someone Chief Officer and searching for a job, so share this video with him so he will get to know about this. So let's move on to the next job opening for second officer. For second officers, there is an opening in Sea Scout Global Private Limited. They required second officer for their gear bulk carrier. Minimum 1 year of rank experience on similar type of vessel is required over here. COC they will accept is Indian, UK, Singapore, New Zealand, Australia and Panama also they are accepting. Nationality they are asking Indian. Joining will be very soon. Then let's move on to the next job opening for third officers. For third officer, there is an opening in PIL. They required for their container ships. Minimum 6 months of rank experience they are asking with COC. Sea Scout Global Private Limited. They required third officer for their gear bulk carrier. Minimum 1 year of rank experience on similar type of vessel is required over here. Then Andromeda Ownership Company required third officer for their crude oil tanker vessel. Experience they are asking 12 to 15 months. Then, so these are the job openings for third officer today. Let's move on to the next job opening for Chief Engineer. For Chief Engineers, there is an opening in PIL, Pacific International, and they require Chief Engineer for their container vessel. Minimum 6 months of rank experience with COC is required over here. Synergy Maritime Mumbai required Chief Engineer for their container vessel. Experience also required over here. VR Maritime required Chief Engineer for their container vessel. Required experience mandatory over here. So share your CV today itself. For sharing your CV, just go through our WhatsApp channel, Merch and Navy Job Dates, and follow us on Insta also, Merch and Navy _job. For second engineers, there is an opening in Blue Fortune Ship Management. They required for their oil tanker ships. Pacific International Line required second engineer for their container vessel. Minimum 6 months of rank experience with COC is required over here. Synergy Maritime Mumbai required second engineer for their gear bulk carrier. Sea Scout Global Private Limited, they required second engineer for their gear bulk carrier or bunker barge vessel. Minimum 1 year of rank experience on similar type of vessel is required over here. VR Maritime required second engineer for their general cargo ships. Nautilus Shipping required second engineer for their coastal embassy vessel. So these are the job openings today for second engineer here. Let's move on to the next job opening for third engineers. For third engineer, there is an opening in Kiva Shipping LLP for third engineers. They having vacancy for their mid-range tankers, COPT pump experience they required. Sulen Ship Management required third engineer for their oil and chemical tanker, must have tanker experience, or COC they are accepting any COC. Nimbus Marine Group required third engineer for their AST OSB non-DP vessel, 720 working days rank expenses required over here for sharing your CV. So these are the job openings for third engineer today. Let's move on to the next job opening for fourth engineers. For fourth engineers, there is an opening in Ocean One Ship Management. They required fourth engineer for their container ships. Experience is required over here. Joining date will be very soon. Kiva Shipping required fourth engineer for their mid-range tanker vessel. Experience they are asking. So these are the job openings today for. These are the job openings for 4th March 2025. So we'll meet you in the next video with next such updates. Till that, stay safe and stay sailing. Say no to agent, no to SC, and no to fraud. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Mata Di.